Welcome to the Sacred Emergence Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Wong, and I'm so thrilled that you're here. This is a place where you'll be guided to living your most aligned life so that your truest, most radiant self can emerge. We'll be jamming on topics ranging from spirituality, entrepreneurship, to wellness and lifestyle design, and everything in between that can support you to grow, evolve, and shine, all the while not taking ourselves too seriously. So if you're ready to step into your leadership, break through limiting beliefs, own all of who you are, and expand in abundance, grab yourself your faith cup of tea and let's dive in. Hey, welcome to a middle of the week episode, a solo episode. I usually launch these on a Thursday, but since this Thursday was Thanksgiving, I wanted to not put new content out on a holiday. I just figured it's Thanksgiving, the holidays is the time to just kind of sit back, not do any work, not think, and just be, and to, spend time with family and friends. So anyways, this is coming out on Friday, Black Friday, nonetheless. And I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're with family, family over the holidays, I hope you had a really good one, regardless of what you were doing. So this episode is brought to you by a few conversations I've had around corporate to entrepreneurship, the mindset around it, the mindset around the money, the investment, as well as the how-tos. And so I get really fired up sometimes when I see people wanting to do something different, frustrated at their job, feeling like they're stuck, that they have to be there in order to pay the bills. And I have views of like the traffic from my place, and between 4:30 to 6:30 every day, if I look outside the window, I mean, it's guaranteed that it's going to be like a parking lot moving across the bridge. And I'm telling you, I'm so happy I'm not there. I can almost feel it in my nervous system, how it felt to sit in crappy traffic, especially when I didn't love my job. Now, when I enjoyed what I was doing, I didn't mind, right? So it's not about the commute, but it's really about your energy and how you feel. And I know there are so many people out there who feel like having a job is like the only option, and they feel so trapped that it actually is affecting them health-wise. And so I wanted to share. And not steps, but I wanted to share a perspective around going into the entrepreneurship world, and especially around the mentality and the mindset of like entrepreneurship and investing money, and I just wanted to expand on this a little bit more, particularly around money. And I'm going to use the example of network marketing because that's been the industry I've been in for so long that I'm pretty well versed in it. So we are going to jam on this. Okay, so before I dive in, let me just kind of take a step back and talk about like what is network marketing. Another term for network marketing is direct sales or multi-level marketing, MLM. And network marketing actually is the bigger umbrella. Actually, direct sales is a bigger umbrella, and then underneath it is network marketing. And then MLM is actually like a branch under network marketing if you want to get all technical. But the industry, right, of network marketing or direct sales is that it is through word of mouth that products are being distributed, and there's no retail shop for the actual company to actually go in and buy stuff. But that doesn't mean that the company doesn't actually have like a physical location, like a headquarter with like the CEO and with actual employees working and managing the customer service line and all of that. Like that is still there. It's just that how you actually get the products is not through retail, it's through word of mouth. And the money goes to, the marketing money goes towards the independent associates that actually educate on the products and give you the connection to a better deal, a better price. And so I'm partnered with a wellness company, and I can share my journey with how I got there another time, but I've been partnered with a company that I've been partnered with for over 10 years, and it's worked for me. And so that is one way where you could start a business. And it works really well, especially if you're in the corporate world and want to dive into entrepreneurship without having to quit your day job just yet, right? I don't recommend quitting your day job immediately because that's way too crazy for the nervous system. And it takes a while to get any business to ramp up, right? So one of the benefits of network marketing is that there is built-in mentorship, built-in training so that you can start learning the ropes of how to have a business without super crazy financial investment. But at the same time, you're still learning how to sell, how to market, how to be of service to other people and add value. And selling is not a bad word. Like if you don't sell, you don't have a business, right? So it's super important to, if there's any inkling that you're not good at selling or anything like that, to really shift that mindset. Because if you offer any product, any service, if you want to be a coach, if you want to, teach people something, there is selling involved, right? Selling is simply an exchange of money for products and services. And so if you don't like to sell, then you don't have a business, right? If you don't sell, you don't have a business. So going back to my conversation with my friend, and she asked me, okay, like, if somebody is in corporate world and they are asking about, what is the difference between us investing in this, these products, these wellness products, and aligning with this company versus just going to a drugstore or to a big warehouse to buy these supplements, right? They're not, I mean, supplements might look the same, but the quality is completely different depending on where you get them. Like, what's the difference? And then how do you, like, what does it mean to have the money of investing going towards tax deductible and a tax write-off? Like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh my gosh, these are such great questions. And it really reminded me of how, like, as a society, so many of us are not taught to be entrepreneurs. It's a totally mindset shift, right? And really, that's the difference between entrepreneurship worlds versus corporate world. And this is what gets me so fired up. Because I was brought up to, study hard in school, get really good grades, go to a good university, and then when you graduate, go find a really good job so you can be set for life. That was literally what I was taught. I just remember these conversations I've had with people who are older than me and, giving me life advice, like, this is what you do, right? This is how you get ahead in life. And I was like, okay, that's the formula. And talk about like disappointment after like 3-4 years into a job. I was like, this can't be it. And I, as a disclaimer, I'm not dissing corporate jobs. They can be a blessing. And if you love your job, that is amazing. This is especially for people who are realizing that they're really burnt out, especially if you're in the tech world, because a lot of my friends are in the tech world. They're burnt out. They're really burnt out. And they're just looking for a different way, and it affects our nervous system. It affects our health when we keep pushing and ignoring the signs of our body, right? So I get really lit up about this topic. Anyway, so what was I saying? So when I heard this question, it was just such a reminder of how so many of us we get so boxed in because this is what we were taught, right? We were taught to follow that formula, and it's no longer working, right? Our lives we live longer now, right? And so to tell someone when they've graduated from college, 22 years old, and they have to work till they're 65 and then they can retire and enjoy life. First of all, a lot of people no longer retire at 65 if they have like a job because they are living longer, expenses are going up, and and like, it's just not working, right? This linear model is not working. So there has to be other options. And I'm not saying quit your job and, become an entrepreneur, but there are steps that you can take to really help you have another option. Even if you love your job, I definitely recommend having like a side gig. So it's always good to have, more than one egg in the basket, so to speak. Like, I think within a year of me starting in corporate job, like, I started teaching Pilates because first it was my passion. So getting paid for one of my passion was awesome. And then from there I started to learn other things, right? And so definitely have more than one income stream, right? And really, really good if one of your income streams is residual, right? Residual income meaning money that comes in with that's not related to time. And so, anyway, so when I, look out onto traffic, during rush hour, and when I think of people that I know who are miserable at their jobs and want to do something else, and they may or may not have an idea of what they want to do, I this episode is for you. And so, really, it's a mindset, right? So when you start a business, one of the things is that you get tax write-offs, right? And I always, this is just me being in my bubble for so long. Like, I forget that not everybody knows this, that one of the benefits of having, especially if it's a home-based business, like not a physical brick and mortar business, right? Where the expenses that you pay, the rent, that's a totally different additional expense. If you have a virtual business, an online business, a home-based business, to me, those are all the same thing. This allows you amazing tax benefits. So from a practical standpoint, it makes sense to have a side business where you can work from home or, on the internet, whatever. Because what can you do? You can deduct your phone bill, you can deduct your mileage, you can deduct some of your meals, you can deduct, depending on how you set up your business and the layout of your home, you can deduct your mortgage or your rent, right? Not all of it, but portion of it. There's a lot of things that come tax time, there's a lot of benefits to that. And if I'm not a tax accountant, I'm not an accountant, so talk to an accountant. But those are some of the benefits of having a home-based business, and the tax benefits can be huge, especially if you're Canadian. Totally worth having a home-based business because Canadians pay crazy amount of taxes for their income tax. Anyway, so there's that, right? And then there's the other aspect of the mindset change of you have the opportunity to up level in your life. And that's where the money that you're using to invest in your business, it's a different level than you are if you go out and go to the drugstore and, buy your skincare there or buy your supplements there, right? First, the quality, if you find a really good network marketing company, the quality is completely different. It's a super high quality. There's a research and development. There's a lot of scientists. They do a lot of like really amazing testing. They put money where their mouth is. So I'm not just saying like, if you decide to work with a network marketing company to just pick anyone, like not all network marketing companies are the same. You want to find one that is solid, right? They're going to be around for a while. And even then, like it's a good place to start with having a business if you decide you want to do that. But over time, if that becomes your primary income, because it can, I definitely recommend diversing where you're getting your income, right? Because again, you don't ever want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify. But if you have a job, having a network marketing business is not a bad way to go, right? Because you have built-in community, you start learning things, you're already finding products that you align with, that it's easy for you to recommend and start earning commission. It's a really great way. But with that said, so investment in starting anything, if you're, especially with network marketing, if you have to invest in a startup kit, it's like, okay, let's just say it costs like $250, right, to start this business. And it comes with products, it comes with, some, whatever, it comes with other bells and whistles, versus you going to a drugstore and purchasing, supplements as well. It's like, what's the difference? Well, definitely the quality is completely different. And I would say not even just the quality, but the energy is completely different. Especially for starting a business, this money that you're investing in, it's going back towards you, and not just your physical, definitely your physical, because it's a higher quality. So your cells are getting an upgrade, right? But you're putting in energy for your up level, for your like you're leveling up, right? This is for your dreams. And so it's going to cost money. It's not going to be free. And I think a lot of times it's scary, because I mean, what is normal, right? What is normal is going to school and having maybe student loans, right? Putting down a mortgage, buying a house, putting down payment and having a mortgage. Like those are all normal and acceptable. But to suddenly invest in like $250 for a startup, are you crazy? And then you have to pay like, your monthly auto order, right? Like, oh my gosh, like that is so expensive. Well, if you have a brick and mortar business, you have to pay rent, and the rent goes towards electricity, water, the cost of renting the space. I mean, yeah, and that costs way more than 250 a month, for example. And it doesn't even fuel the health of your body, right? On a physical level, right? And so it's a mindset shift, right? It's a mindset shift when we are investing in ourselves and our well-being and into our future. And so think of the investment, the products that you're taking, and the commitment of, yes, I'm giving my money to this. It's an investment in your transformation, because you don't want to be at the same place of where you are 10 years from now, right? Miserable, going to a job that drains you, that you're getting tired from, and you just feel really stuck, right? So that investment is an investment to your transformation, is to your up-levelment. And so, yeah, that is why, when you look at the cost of, okay, like $50 vitamins versus, I don't know, $15 vitamins at your local drugstore, and they both say multivitamin or whatever, it's very different, right? And so, not even talking about network marketing, if you go to a naturopath's office, you're going to pay the same price for high quality vitamins than you are going to like a drugstore that has like a no-name brand, right? Like a generic brand, right? And when it comes to supplements, they're not all the same, right? There's like different quality. There's pharmaceutical grade quality, which is like the highest quality out there for supplements. And you're talking about like what's on the bottle does not guarantee of what's in the bottle. What's on the label doesn't guarantee what's in the bottle if you're getting it from like a random store, right? So there's so much that goes on underneath, but just talking about it from an energetic level, super different, right? You're not even comparing apples to apples if you're looking at, well, what's the difference between me getting it at a local drugstore versus, having this from my own business, right? So that is a mindset change that we're just not taught, right? And this is from thinking big picture. When you look at the grand scheme of things and the stories we tell ourselves, if we want to make a change and not be in corporate for the rest of our lives, or if we want to start having a side hustle or side gig, we are required to be uncomfortable, right? To get us out of the comfort zone. And that usually requires a little bit of financial investment, because that is part of the transformation. And credit goes to one of my mentors, Lola Archer Pickett. She had a really great podcast around charging for your worth. And she talks about that. Like it's when someone pays for a coaching service, right? That coaching, that money is really towards the transformation. And when I heard that, that really made sense to me. And it totally shifted how I saw money and my relationship to money in so many different ways, because money is really a representation of the energy, right? Because money is energy, right? It's kind of made up in our society, but like money is really, if you look at it, the big scheme of things, money is an abundant, limitless resource. It's just how we work with it, work with the money. And everyone I've spoken with who are incredibly generous, they say the more I give, like the more I am generous with my money, the more money I receive. And I love hearing that, because it confirms the fact that money is really energy. And so it almost goes to like charging what you're worth in a way, right? And this is, slightly off tangent, but like when we think about money and investing in ourselves, and the price point of things, like a lot of times when I put packages together, for a while I was helping people get off the sugar roller coaster, and I was putting a package together, and like the package would be like $200, but it'll be like 3-4 weeks of products and my coaching and resources and recipes and a lot of guidance. And I'm like, well, is $250 too much? And I'm like, you know what, it's not about what someone is willing to pay. It's not even what if I'm worth the $250 of charging, because honestly, each and every one of us, we're priceless, right? We cannot put a price on who we are, right? But there is, we can charge based on their up-levelment, right? And the transformation. And it needs to be slightly uncomfortable if we want to change. If we're always working within our comfort zone, like, oh yeah, I will buy this because it's cheap, like it's $10. Like, or I'll sign up for this because it's free, the chances of you actually committing and putting energy and effort into doing the work is going to be very minimal, right? Because the investment isn't there, the energy isn't there, right? And so that's the same with you if you're investing in your own business, whatever it may be. It might not be network marketing, but like even starting up a website or hiring a coach, right? That requires money, and it's worth it. Because you're asking yourself to up level and to step up. So that is what I really wanted to talk about today. And it gets me fired up, especially every time I look outside my window and I can hear people, right, on that bridge, like bitching about the traffic, because I've been there, and it's not fun, right? Commuting is such a waste of time and energy, especially if we don't want to be there. So I feel if that's, if you fall into that category. But it is possible to change. It just requires showing up and being uncomfortable, and then reaching out for help. And now is such a great time of year because we're towards the end of 2019 almost. And at this time of this recording, we just passed New Moon in Sagittarius, which is all about expansion, exploring what is new, what is next, what brings you joy. And so timing-wise is absolutely perfect. And so I just wanted to share what's been on my mind. If this episode resonated with you, please let me know, and feel free to share it, tag me, say hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you a wonderful holiday weekend, and stay tuned. Take care. Bye-bye. Join our free private Facebook group community, Sacred Emergence, to receive more connection, guidance, and support. And take part in our 5-day Inner Confidence Challenge to not only boost your confidence, but to help activate your inner leadership. Details in the show notes. Thank you for listening to the Sacred Emergence podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and thank you in advance for sharing this with others who can benefit. Until next time.